This is the Sakar MURLI of the 9th of May 2023. Essence. Sweet children, Shiv Baba is the altruistic number one trustee. Transfer your old bags and baggage to him, and you will receive everything new in the golden age. Question. Which children does the Father have to take care of in every way? Answer. The Father is very concerned that the children's intellects have faith and that they give their full news to the Father and take directions from the Father at every step. Baba says, sweet children, you must never have doubts about Srimat. If you have doubts, Maya will cause you great harm. She will not allow you to become worthy. Song. Having taken an oath, I have come to your doorway. Om Shanti. You sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children heard the song. Those who belong to the Father are called children. The Father has explained that you have to belong to the Father for as long as you live in this final birth, in which you have died alive. You children know that Srimat is remembered as God speaks. They have written Sri Krishna's name in that Gita, but first is Shiv Baba, then Brahma, then Sri Krishna. So Srimat cannot be said to be Sri Krishna's. He is with divine virtues. Human beings cannot be called the purifier. Only the one Father is the purifier of the impure, and you follow his Srimat. The incorporeal Supreme Soul is the Father of all religions. Not everyone believes in Sri Krishna. Christians believe Christ, not Sri Krishna, to be their Father, because Christians are the mouth-born creation of Christ. Shiv Baba comes and makes you belong to him. He says, you now belong to the Father, with your head in your hand, with that regard, in order to follow his directions. You children don't need to give him directions. He himself is the one who gives you directions. You mustn't ask, why does Baba say this? No, all are the children. Shiv Baba is very well known. The directions he gives and whatever he does will be right. Whatever he makes this corporeal one, Brahma, do, would also be right because he is Karan Karavanha. He gives him directions too. Do this. Your connection is with Shiv Baba. You mustn't look at anyone's defects. Follow Srimat. Shiv Baba is the incorporeal, the detached observer. He doesn't have a home here. You stay here in a home that doesn't belong to you. You will then go to heaven and live in your own home. Shiv Baba says, I will not live there. I come at the confluence age for a short time. You are the true spiritual Salvation Army. The Supreme Father is giving you directions, exactly as he did in the previous cycle. He will give the same directions that he gave in the previous cycle. He continues to tell you the deepest points day and night. A new person wouldn't be able to understand them. The MURLI has continued from the time of Karachi. At first, Baba didn't speak the MURLI. Baba would wake up at 2 a.m. and write 10 to 15 pages. Shiv Baba would make him write those, and then copies of those were made. On the path of devotion, they continue to make very big books that they keep. How much would you keep? You know that all of this is to be destroyed. All the pictures, etc., are also for a short time, and they will then be buried underground. There won't be any scriptures or pictures. Whatever happens now will happen again after a cycle. The scriptures, etc., will begin from the Copper Age. The Father says you cannot find the way to the supreme abode from those. The Granth was very small to begin with, and day by day they now continue to make it bigger. In fact, a big book of Shiv Baba's biography should be written. You children know the Father's biography. The Father explains what he does on the path of devotion. I ensure everything, even on the path of devotion. People donate in the name of God. They say he did something in the name of God, and this is why he has taken birth in a wealthy family. In devotion there are many righteous souls. Baba says, I have been giving children the temporary fruit of that in their next birth. You receive good and bad fruit. It is such a big insurance. Each one receives fruit according to the actions he or she performs. Maya makes you perform wrong actions, through which you receive sorrow. I now teach you such actions that you will never experience sorrow. Maya doesn't exist there, so each of you can insure yourselves as much as you want. Shiv Baba is also the number one trustee. Some are attracted to other things. Some trustees ruin everything of others. Look how Baba is the trustee. He says all of this is for you children. Your full connection is with Shiv Baba. The Father says, I am the true trustee. I myself don't take that happiness, but I give the whole kingdom to you children. This Baba also says, I have fully insured everything. Body, mind and wealth are all being used for Baba's service. There is a saying in Sindhi, those who give a handful receive a palace in return. Look, a building has now been built. Someone sent 1 rupee and asked for a brick to be put in her name. Ah, because you are poor, you will receive the best palace of all. I am the Lord of the poor. 1 rupee of a poor person is equivalent to 10,000 rupees of a wealthy person. Both receive the same status. Wealthy people hardly ever come here. Kumaris are the most free. Look how Mama claimed number 1. Baba gave everything, but nevertheless first is Lakshmi and then Narayan. This is such a wonderful play. Never have any doubts about anything. Do not have the slightest doubt at all. Become very sweet. Take Srimat at every step. Otherwise, Maya will cause you a great deal of harm. So many children have been given directions. Baba says, give your full news. Baba will take care of you in every way. Baba is very much concerned that the children become elevated. You should pay full attention to the study. You are the most beloved godfatherly students. God Speaks is also remembered, but they have put Sri Krishna's name. Sri Krishna is the highest of all human beings. They also mention Sri Krishna's name as the first number. But why not that of Narayan? Sri Krishna is young and Sato-Pratan. Then he goes through the stages of youth and old age. It is said that a child is equal to a Brahmgyani. A small child doesn't commit sin. People celebrate the birthday of Sri Krishna. They have shown him in the Copper Age. The Father alone explains all of these things. At this time you Brahmins are the most elevated. You are the children of God. In the Golden Age you would not be called the children of God. You will definitely attain heaven from God. This is your most invaluable, precious life. It cannot be like this for everyone. This drama is predestined in this way. Those who studied in the previous cycle are studying now. God definitely created gods and goddesses. However, we do not call them gods and goddesses because God is one. All of the praise is of the incorporeal one. There cannot be praise of a corporeal being. The incorporeal one made Lakshmi and Narayan become like that. You too are becoming the masters of heaven through the Father. You are studying Raj Yoga. Raj Yoga is truly mentioned in the Gita. At the time when the kingdom was established, destruction also took place. It is now the confluence age. When Shiv Baba comes, he brings the play to an end. Then the birth of Sri Krishna takes place. They build very big temples on the path of devotion. There used to be wealth worth multi-millions in those temples. Now all of that has disappeared. From studying the scriptures of the path of devotion, from going on pilgrimages, from building temples and spending so much money, Bharat has become poverty-stricken. It is as though you have now become master knowledgeful. The Father is the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of happiness and blissful. All of this is praise of the Father. The Father says Bharat is the best pilgrimage place. However, by putting Sri Krishna's name, they have lost all respect. Otherwise, everyone would offer flowers at the Shiva temple. The bestower of salvation for all is one. You experience the reward for half a cycle, and you continue to come down. Everyone has to become Tamo-Pradhan. The Father says, now give all your bags and baggage, and I will transfer them and give them to you in the Golden Age. I myself do not take them. People do everything for themselves and then say they are doing it selflessly. However, no one can do anything selflessly. You definitely receive the reward of everything you do. I give you children the imperishable jewels of knowledge. I bring paradise for you. I give you children the gift, the souvenir of sovereignty. So you have to become worthy of receiving it. You have to become the masters of heaven. You receive heaven on the palm of your hand. You receive liberation in life in a second, and sovereignty in a second. Shiv Baba is the bestower of divine vision. He takes you to paradise in a second. This Sakar Baba doesn't hold that key. The Father says, I give you children the kingdom. I myself do not rule. But when you go on to the path of devotion, I entertain you with divine visions. The Father explains to you so well. Baba only comes once every cycle, at the confluence age of the cycle. They say that he has many incarnations, etc., but all of that is lies. The scriptures all belong to the path of devotion. That which is predestined is taking place. Nothing is to be created now. Whatever happens is fixed in the drama. Just watch everything as a detached observer. Baba explains to you very clearly, children, I am your insurance magnate. I do not waste even one penny of yours. I change you from shells into diamonds. Shiv Baba does all of this through this one. He is Karan Karavanha. He is incorporeal and egoless. Look how God the Father sits here and teaches you. He doesn't ask you to fall at his feet. The Father is the obedient servant. The Father says, the ones I made into the masters experienced a lot of happiness at first, but they have now become unhappy. They also receive a lot of happiness. No other religion has this much happiness. You cannot ask why the people of Bharat have it and why others don't. There are so many people and not all can come here. The drama is predestined. The original eternal deity religion was only in Bharat. God came and taught true Raj Yoga. Father says, I have come once again. You have played your parts of 84 births, and you are now going back to your home. This costume has become very old. There is the example of the snake. Sannyasis say that souls merge into the Supreme Soul. They stay in such a stage and then leave their bodies. However, no one merges into the Brahma element. Nevertheless, some of them are very clever. They sit peacefully as they leave their bodies. The Brahma element is not Baba. That is just an illusion of those poor people, just as Hindus have the illusion that they belong to the Hindu religion. Oh, but where did the Hindu religion come from? That is from the name Hindustan. There was just the one religion in the Golden Age. Look how many religions there are now. There are so many languages. There is just one language. They say that there should be one government. But how would all governments become one? They don't even understand brotherhood. They say that God is omnipresent, so that becomes a fatherhood. So if they call themselves the Father, whom would they invoke? This too is something to understand. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dana. 1. Do not see the weaknesses of anyone. Make a connection with one Shiv Baba. Consider the Srimat you receive from Baba to be right and continue to follow it. Never have doubts about Srimat. 2. Fully ensure your body, mind and wealth. Take Srimat at every step. Pay full attention to this study. Blessing. May you be a spiritual server who is ever ready to finish and harmonize your sanskars. Just as you are always ever ready to do physical service and instantly go to wherever you are called, in the same way, whatever thoughts you wish your mind to imbibe, be ever ready to do that. Whatever you think, do that at that time. Spiritual serving children are ever ready to fulfill their responsibilities for spiritual relationships and connections. It doesn't take them time to finish or harmonize their sanskars. As are the Father's sanskars, let your sanskars be the same. To harmonize your sanskars is the greatest dance. Slogan: to experience and give others the experience of the royalty of purity is a sign of a royal soul. Om Shanti.